Hello, my name is Lindsay and I am going to be doing the carnivore diet for 1 year for health reasons, to lose 75 pounds, and just to feel better all in all. I am 2 weeks in and I just finished my transition period. Yesterday was my first day of eating only carnivore and I'm feeling better. Yesterday, I will admit I did have some headaches, but I've had headaches my entire life, so it wasn't really out of the ordinary. It just, I had to take some Tylenol and go about my day. And I have a huge list of all my health issues that I've been having my entire life. And if you guys want me to go through those, I will, but I don't know if it's super necessary. I will update you as things get better, and headaches is one of my my main issues, I think, and being overweight, obviously. So in those first 2 weeks of my transition, I was eating basically everything, just in a much smaller portion other than meat and cheese. Like, meat and cheese were my main staples, and then if I wanted like a bite of something, I would take a bite. After a while, I stopped wanting a bite. So we went and ate out a lot. And I would order burgers without buns. And I'd eat like whatever they put on the burger, other than like sometimes I'd eat the tomato and the lettuce, but I wouldn't eat the bun. But then we went out to, I think it was Famous Dave's barbecue, and I ordered the burnt ends because they sounded so good. But they put barbecue sauce on it, and you know, I wasn't gonna be that person because I wasn't completely transitioned yet anyway, but I wasn't gonna be like, please, you know, make me a new one. So I ate it. I did take paper towels and kind of wipe off a lot of the barbecue sauce just so that I wouldn't have to eat as much, but that day wasn't bad, so I wasn't that worried about it, but I'm sure there was quite a bit of sugar in that barbecue sauce. So that was only probably about a week in, and now I'm 2 weeks in. Well, okay, today is, what day is today? Yeah, today's the 16th. On day 15, so I started transitioning August 1st. On day 15, I was like, okay, my 2-week transition period is over. Today is the day 1 of actual carnivore. So I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way, like for my year of carnivore, I don't know if I'm gonna go to like August 1st next year or August 15th. We'll see, and it also depends on how my body reacts to this diet. I feel like I have had a lot of really good things. I did have the keto flu though. That was like the day before we went on the trip. That was hard. But I went to the store and I bought some electrolytes, and they did have sucralose in them, but I wasn't completely transitioned yet. So I was like, okay, I'll have some sucralose. It was just like the Mio electrolytes, but I'm trying to cut any sucralose out of my diet. I haven't been on electrolytes in a few days, and maybe that's why I had a headache as well yesterday, but I do feel like I'm doing okay. I do salt my food quite a bit. I don't know, I eat a lot. I'm eating so much. And I'm not hungry all day, but I do still want to snack just because it's out of habit. Like, I would walk into my kitchen in the mornings and I would see breakfast cereal and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna eat some breakfast cereal, and then an hour later I'd be like, okay, I'll make myself a piece of toast, or you know, and I would just continually do that all day. No wonder I was overweight. I still am, but like, I wasn't in the right mindset. I was just hungry all the time. I was eating so many grains, so many, and that's why I think I had the keto flu, is because I went from eating almost, not exclusively, but like I was definitely eating a lot of grains. My diet was very rich in grains, and especially like refined grains, and like, not that any grains are good, but yeah, so I went from eating a ton of grains to eating mostly meat with a little bit of grain. So that's why the keto flu did hit me. And I had, the keto flu for me was really bad headaches, which I mean I've always dealt with, so I just took Tylenol, but then I had like diarrhea. And then I don't know, I just felt really weak and like exhausted. And the few days before that point, I was feeling amazing. I was feeling like I was on top of the world because my body was getting the nutrients it needed. And then like 4 days in is when I had the keto flu. It was just that one day, which was awesome. But it was that day and I just felt drained. And then the next day we drove 9 hours to Montana. So it was, you know, I didn't feel sick that day, and I was just drinking my electrolytes like it was my job because I did not want to be sick on this trip. And I wasn't. I felt really good. We went hiking. I drank a lot of electrolytes, so we went hiking and we ate so many good restaurants. And when we did like pack lunches, my mother-in-law, she had all this lunch food, like lunch sandwiches stuff. So I would take all the deli meat and put it in a bag with some cheese. I had to separate the meats and cheeses though, because they would the cheese would get all soggy with the meat. Anyway, so did that the first day, not after that. But I did get kind of sick of deli meat, but it was a good alternative to eating all of the bread and everything. Everyone else had their sandwiches and I just threw all my lunch meat in a bag, and I was like, I don't think I even need to write my name on my sandwich. And they're like, nope. And so that was really good. And I did feel like the odd one out, but I also was just so determined to not fail at this, and to like I went into the vacation thinking like I'm still in my transition period. I can have a bite of the Twinkie if I want. But like the thing is, I got there and I didn't want any of the sugar, any of the treats. The only time that I was super tempted is when we went to an Amish farm, and they had like this like little country store, and they have like this ice cream place inside. My husband got an ice cream and my little 2-year-old boy got an ice cream. Grandma got it for him. And I was like, okay. And I tasted Dan's, my 2-year-old's, first, and he was just in love with the ice cream, but it was like dripping down, so I had to like kind of lick it to stop it from dripping. And it tasted good. It was like a strawberry ice cream. It was very good. And so I liked Dan's ice cream, but then Devin got like a Moose Tracks one, I think. Hi, Roxy. Oh no. Oh, this is Roxy. Hi, Roxy girl. So I tasted Devin's, like I just took one bite, and it was really good ice cream. I was like, that's enough for me. That was more than I needed. But it was like really, because I've never been to an Amish country store, so I was like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I could probably do it again if we ever go back to Montana and go to that one or go to a different Amish store. But like, I was like, you know, it's probably really creamy. It's still made from milk. It's the only thing in there that I probably shouldn't have is the sugar. And yeah, so I was just like, okay, I'll try a little bit. I didn't eat the chocolate, I just had the ice cream part. And it was really good, but it wasn't the most amazing ice cream ever. I mean, maybe if I had eaten the whole thing, it would have been the most amazing ice cream ever. And maybe if I had been eating sugar recently, like a lot of sugar, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this is so good. But it just didn't feel like it was worth it, you know? And it just showed me that like food really isn't the most important thing. And I used to kind of think like, I used to think all day, what am I gonna have for dinner? And I kind of think that now, but it's more like, okay, what am I gonna make for dinner, just so that, because Devin's not quite doing it yet with me, my husband, and my little boy still likes fruit. And I'm still trying to work through my pantry and get rid of all the things that are processed and aren't doing us any good. I've realized that food just isn't good. Like that kind of food, processed food, is just not good. And I had another experience later on after I was closer to transitioning. Literally Saturday, I started Monday like full carnivore. Saturday I was really close to full carnivore. I wasn't like super there, but I was really close. And I did eat half a muffin because I made these delicious blueberry muffins in the morning because they were in my pantry. It was like a box mix and they're delicious, but you know, I made them so that I could make them for everyone else. And Devin and Dan ate some, and then my niece was here, so she ate some too. And I was kind of, while she was here, I was like, okay, let's get this stuff out. And then I might donate it later, we'll see. But I was also just like, okay, I want to get rid of this. I made sure that that was what they wanted to eat and stuff, but I made the muffins and I had half a muffin. I get through a couple bites of this muffin and they're little, so it was like 2 bites with half a muffin. And I'm sitting there and I can just feel like my body, like, you know, like just like die a little bit. Like I just felt like my energy was like pulled out of my body. And it came back it came back pretty soon after that, but like I sat there and I just could feel the way it made my body feel. And so I stopped eating the muffin and Devin took it from me. He's like, oh, I'll eat the other half. And I was like, okay. And so I just didn't feel good. And then for lunch that day, I went with my friends to a mall. And I went to like this Japanese place in the food court, and I asked for a side of meat, and it was just chicken, and that they fried it up, and there was obviously like vegetable oil or canola oil or something on there that they fried it up in, and then I ate it and I couldn't even finish it because it was just so oily. It was good, but it was just so oily, and I'm sure that the sauce that was on there, I should have asked for no sauce, but the sauce that was on there had quite a bit of sugar probably, and wheat or whatever, soy. And so I was just like, all right, well, now I know that eating out probably isn't always the best option for me now, but it is also an option. If I need to, I can. It's just not going to be the best option. And so yeah, so the muffin the next day though, I have like kind of itchy skin and ever since then my skin has been more like irritated ever since eating the muffin, and I honestly do think that that's what it is. It's gotten slightly better, but I do think that it was kind of like a little bit of a flare-up of my itchy skin, and you know, just learning as I go. Sunday night I tried some barbecue sauce that was sugar-free, but it did have like sucralose at the very bottom of the list of ingredients, and I didn't like it. It was like too sweet, and I think that that's chalked up to the sucralose. Like I'm like, I could have done without the sucralose, just give me the sauce with no sucralose, you know? And so I honestly think that sucralose I just don't like it. Like I think it tastes gross, and especially since I've started this diet, I think it tastes even worse. So yeah, so it's always fun. But yeah, I haven't been hungry, but I have had cravings. So I've craved sugar, basically anything with sugar in it I've craved. It's not like overpowering, and it's not like, oh, you have to get sugar right now, you have to drive to the store and get some sugar, even though there's sugar in my pantry that I have not eaten. Proud of me. There's like chocolate in there and breakfast cereal and things that I could eat, but I haven't. And I don't know, I don't know. Like my body knows that it's not good for me, so I'm trying not to eat it. So this morning I stepped on the scale because I was curious to see what I was weight-wise, and I am 218.4 pounds, which is so much better than what I've been in the past. I haven't been this weight probably 6 months, so that's pretty cool. I definitely gained a lot of weight earlier this year, and I'm just trying to get down to a weight where I feel comfortable. So I started this journey in my last video, my first video. I started this journey as 225 point, it was either 0.6 or 0.8. It says it in my last video. You might have to go fact check me, but that one was right. I think it's 0.6. But I started at 225.6 pounds probably. But now I am down 7 pounds, 0.2 I guess, and I don't know, like 7 pounds in 2 weeks, that's pretty good. Like yesterday I weighed myself because I was curious, and it was 218.6, so I guess that's like perfectly 7 pounds. But yeah, so I've I've definitely lost some weight. I definitely feel better. I don't know, I feel like I look better. I feel like I look more energetic, less exhausted. I feel like I'm getting a lot more done. I have like house projects that I've been working on, and I feel so much better. And I do chalk it up to the diet, because I do think that before I was just always exhausted. You know, I was just like, couldn't get out of bed, exhausted. And I have a 2-year-old and I can't do that. I can't do that. I need to have energy. I need to pay attention to my little boy and my 2 dogs that are insane, and you know, have a life. And I'm gonna go through the rest of the things that I wrote down. Pretty sure I talked about most of them. I do crave diet soda, because I used to drink Diet Coke like almost every day, and so not having the diet soda, I think I had a caffeine like crash, like not crash, but like a withdrawal. That's the word. I had a caffeine withdrawal probably a few days in, and then also after like stopping drinking Diet Coke. Like the last time I had a Diet Coke, I had gone to McDonald's and I got one, a Diet Coke, no ice I think, or light ice or something, and I drank about half of it. It was a large, so I drank half of it, and then I just like, my body was like, no, this isn't good for you. So I ended up dumping the rest and throwing it in the garbage. That was the last Diet Coke I had, and I haven't had one since, obviously, but like, I don't know, like I did have some withdrawals, I think, and that might have also been the keto flu, and I don't know, but I also just think that my body's used to having the caffeine, and so it's still like wanting to get it, but I'm not gonna let it have caffeine because it's just not good for me. But I could see like I could see myself falling off the wagon for Diet Coke. That would probably be what kicks me in the butt. We'll see. I'm gonna try really hard not to. So I just wrote, I'm still figuring out what is best for my body, and just like the sucralose, I don't think that's good for my body. I need to go no sweetening, no sweeteners, because I think it's just like a gateway to Diet Coke, and then then the Diet Coke would be a gateway to cake, you know, like I need to stay away from those. So I'm trying to focus on more savory tastes, and maybe if I want something sweet, I'll drink a little bit of like heavy cream, or have some, it's not sweet, but the brown butter stuff, that's really good. you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, and then the last thing I wrote was feeling excited and hopeful for the future, because I am. That's really what this is about, is for me to have a much brighter future, for my family to have knowledge of what to eat to keep them healthy. And I love that this is a diet that I don't think of it as a diet is the thing. It's a lifestyle change. It's really just eating, you're eating maybe the same amount of calories, if not more, and you're eating much more nutrient dense calories, and you're not hungry, and you're literally just satiated. And I don't know, I'm just trying to do what's right for my body. But yeah, I'm just excited for my future, for what's to come, and what is gonna make me feel better. I don't know. Are you guys doing the carnivore diet? Is it something that you are interested in? Comment down below. We can do it together, or you can follow my journey and see if it's actually something that's good for you. So that's what I'm really looking at. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is if this is the right thing. If it's not, I might have to try something different, but it's worth a try. And I really just want to be better and feel better, and have my cake and eat it too. No cake for me unless it's beefcake. But I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.